There's just something absolutely awe-inspiring about a sunrise, isn't there? That silent, incredible explosion of light and warmth that just seems to switch the whole world on for the day. It really makes you wonder, what is that energy?
Or think about it this way. Where do your best ideas come from? That sudden flash of insight, that urge to create something new, that spark of motivation. It feels like it comes from nowhere and everywhere, all at the same time. Well, today, we're going to explore this really cool idea that these two things, the power that lights up a star and the spark that lights up your mind, are actually one and the same thing. So, let's just dive right in. It turns out that ancient wisdom traditions didn't just marvel at this universal energy, they actually gave it a name. They saw it as the fundamental force behind everything, like the universe's main power switch. And that name is Shakti. To put it simply, Shakti is the dynamic, creative power that brings the entire universe to life. It's not just some abstract concept. It's seen as the active, intelligent, divine energy that's constantly flowing, constantly creating, and sustaining everything you see and everything you don't. Okay, so how do you even begin to wrap your head around an energy that massive? Well, the ancient sages looked for its most powerful, most obvious expression in the world around them. And where did they look? The sun. They called the sun Savita, and they recognized it as the great sustainer of all life on our planet. And here's the really crucial point. They made a distinction. Savita is the physical star, right? That brilliant ball of fire up in the sky. But Shakti is the invisible, divine power that makes the sun shine in the first place. Think of it this way. One is the lamp and the other is the electricity flowing through it. It's the energy behind the source. But this energy isn't just stuck up in the sun. Oh no. Once you start looking for it, you begin to see its signature absolutely everywhere in the natural world. You can see it in the gentle but persistent way sunlight just nourishes an entire forest, literally turning light into life. That quiet, sustaining power, that's a direct expression of Shakti. And you can feel it in the invisible force of the wind, something powerful enough to move mountains of sand and totally reshape landscapes. That constant, dynamic movement is Shakti in action. And of course, you see it in the transformative power of fire, right? It takes a solid log and turns it into heat, light, and ash. This fundamental ability to change things from one state to another, that's one of Shakti's most defining qualities. Now, what's really, really interesting is what happens when this universal energy animates a living being, like you or me. It gets a different name, Prana Shakti, or just Prana for short. This is our vital life force, the inner sun that powers our body, our thoughts, and our very consciousness. So, we've seen this energy out in the cosmos and all around us in the world. But now, let's get to the most fascinating part, how this cosmic power shows up inside of you. I mean, it's one thing to talk about the sun and the wind, that's all great, but what does this have to do with your daily life, your goals, your creativity? Well, the connection is way more direct than you might think. Check out this line from an ancient prayer. It's directed at Savita, the sun, but listen to what it's actually asking for. It's not just about warmth or light, it's a plea for that same divine energy to stimulate and inspire the human mind. The link between universal power and personal creativity has been right there all along. So here's kind of how it all flows together. You've got the vast universal Shakti that's always present, everywhere. Then, inside you, it shows up as your personal life force, your prana. And it's this inner energy, your own little piece of the cosmos, that directly fuels your creativity, those aha moments, and your drive to bring new things into the world. So this all leads to the big question, right? If this power is already inside us, how do we connect with it? How do we, turn up the volume on our own inner energy? Well, it doesn't require some big, grand ritual. It's actually pretty simple. Every single time you get creative, whether you're writing a sentence, solving a puzzle, humming a little tune, you are channeling Shakti. Every time you consciously stop and observe the energy in nature, you're recognizing it. And every time you simply notice your own breath, you are feeling that life force directly. It's this quiet, constant power that's always with you. And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. The very same primordial, creative, limitless energy that fuels the stars across the entire cosmos is the exact same energy that is breathing through you right this second, fueling your every thought and every single heartbeat.
So the question really isn't whether you have this creative power. You do. The only question is what you choose to do with it. Knowing that the source of all creation is also your own source of inspiration, what will you bring to life?